Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Saya Wanda Giovanni SPD MPD, dosen dari Program Studi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris, Fakultas Keguruan dan Ilmu Pendidikan, Universitas Katolik Santo Agustinus Hippo. Video ini saya buat dalam rangka melengkapi dokumen PDD UKT-PT, khususnya pada komponen pelaksanaan pengajaran daring. Dalam video ini saya akan menjelaskan mata kuliah yang saya ampu dengan pendekatan DIA, yaitu Delivery, Interaction, dan Assessment. Deskripsi mata kuliah. Mata kuliah ini berjudul Sociolinguistics dengan kode MKKP 26023. Termasuk dalam rumpun linguistics berbobot 2 SKS dan diberikan pada semester 6. Sociolinguistics adalah disiplin ilmu yang mempelajari hubungan antara bahasa dan masyarakat. Fokus utama dalam mata kuliah ini adalah menganalisis bagaimana faktor sosial seperti kelas sosial, gender, etnisitas, dan komunitas mempengaruhi penggunaan dan pemahaman bahasa dalam suatu komunitas. Capaian pembelajaran. Capaian pembelajaran mata kuliah ini adalah setelah mengikuti mata kuliah ini, mahasiswa diharapkan mampu menguasai, merangkai, dan mengaitkan berbagai konsep dan teori dalam ilmu sociolinguistics. Adapun kemampuan akhir atau sub-CPMK untuk tiap bahan kajian adalah 1. Mengevaluasi konsep dan teori tentang definition of sociolinguistics dan the scopes of sociolinguistics. 2. Mengevaluasi konsep dan teori tentang language, dialects, idialects, dan varieties. 3. Mengevaluasi konsep dan teori tentang vernacular languages, standard languages, dan lingua franca. 4. Mengevaluasi konsep dan teori tentang pidgins, creoles, dan jargons. Dan yang terakhir, menganalisis konsep dan teori tentang diglossia, bilingualism, dan multilingualism, serta menguasai konsep sociolinguistics dengan berbagai fitur di dalamnya. Materi pembelajaran. Bahan kajian meliputi Introduction to Sociolinguistics, Language Varieties, Native Languages, Linguistics Repertoire, dan rangkuman materi. Topik bahasan yang meliputi Definition of Sociolinguistics and the Scopes of Sociolinguistics, Language, Dialects, Idialects, and Varieties, Vernacular Languages, Standard Languages, and Lingua Franca, Pidgins, Creoles, and Jargons, Diglossia, Bilingualism, dan Multilingualism. Sistem pembelajaran. Pembelajaran dilaksanakan secara daring melalui dua pendekatan. Pendekatan utamanya adalah synchronous, menggunakan Zoom Meeting atau Google Meet. Adapun pendekatan tambahannya asynchronous melalui WhatsApp Group dan Google Classroom. Metode pembelajaran. Metode pembelajaran meliputi penyampaian materi dalam bentuk PowerPoint dan PDF yang dikirim melalui WhatsApp Group atau Google Classroom. Penjelasan materi dilakukan melalui sesi Zoom Meeting. Diskusi materi dilakukan melalui WhatsApp Group atau Google Classroom. Dan pengumpulan tugas di Google Drive dan latihan soal atau kuis melalui quizzes.com. Sistem penilaian. Penilaian terdiri dari beberapa komponen. Kehadiran 10%, sikap 20%, keaktifan kedisiplinan dan keterampilan 20%, tugas individu dan kelompok 5%, ujian tengah semester 15%, dan ujian akhir semester 30%. Keterkaitan dengan penelitian dan PKM. Pembelajaran daring ini selaras dengan penelitian saya yang berjudul Lecturer Strategies on Students' Discipline in Classroom Management During Online Learning. Dalam penelitian ini, saya menekankan pentingnya strategi dosen dalam mengelola disiplin kelas secara daring. Maka dari itu, pengajaran mata kuliah ini juga saya laksanakan secara daring sebagai bentuk implementasi dari temuan penelitian tersebut. Selain itu, kegiatan pengajaran ini juga berhubungan dengan pengabdian kepada masyarakat yang pernah saya lakukan, yaitu ketika saya menjadi pembicara dalam seminar pembelajaran berbasis teknologi yang membahas penggunaan teknologi digital dalam proses belajar mengajar. Demikian penjelasan mata kuliah Social Linguistics yang saya ampu dan laksanakan secara daring. Saya mempersilakan Bapak atau Ibu Asesor yang terhormat untuk menyimak video pengajaran saya, yang mana saya mengajar untuk pertemuan ke-7 dengan materi pembahasan tentang Vernacular Language, Standard Language, dan Lingua Franca sebagai bagian dari asesmen sertifikasi dosen melalui PDD UKT-PT. Terima kasih atas perhatian dan waktunya. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, guys, good morning, my students.
Good morning.
Morning, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone feel good today, yeah, because we are going to discuss new topic in our social linguistic subject today. Yeah. So, guys, yeah, I will share to you our material today, yeah. Okay, let me share the screen first. Okay, so this is our material today. Okay, get ready. So because this topic will be very interesting, yeah, it is related to our daily communication, yeah, and etc. So the topic is about vernacular languages, standard languages, and lingua francas, yeah. So vernacular language, yeah, is the everyday spoken language used by people in a specific region, yeah, or group, yeah. What are the key characteristics of vernacular language, ya? The first is it is informal, ya. Artinya, ya, dia tidak mengikuti kaidah-kaidah resmi tertentu. Ya, kita mengucapkannya itu bahasa tersebut ya natural aja gitu loh, bisa ngikut insting kita, bisa ngikut kondisi kita, bisa ngikut situasi yang ada di tempat kita berbicara. And then, yeah, what is the second characteristic? The second characteristic of vernacular language, yeah, it is spoken at home or among friends. Ya, jadi vernacular language itu digunakan di settingan tempat yang dekat sama kita, ya, with our close friends, ya, teman-teman dekat kita, ya, at our home, di rumah kita, maybe at your dormitory, di asrama kamu mungkin yang tinggal di asrama, di kos-kosan kamu yang tinggal di kos-kosan, ya. Contohnya seperti apa sih, ya, vernacular language itu? Ada yang bisa ngasih contoh nggak? Oke, saya kasih contoh ya. Contohnya bahasa apa? Kita di daerah Landak ini bahasa Dayak, ya. Bahasa Dayak Bangahe kah, bahasa Dayak Belangin kah, atau Banyadu, dan etc. ya. Itu adalah vernacular language, guys, because it is used at informal places, ya. Oke, sampai di sini masih bisa ngikutin kan? Kalau bisa kasih react log, coba kasih react log. Kalau bisa ngikutin kasih react log. Dikasih, oke, nice. Berarti bisa ngikutin, kita lanjut. The third key characteristic, ya, is it is not used in formal settings, lah, ya. Seperti saya bilang sebelumnya, like I said before, ya, vernacular language itu settingan tempatnya adalah non-formal or informal, ya. So in contradiction, ya, the third characteristic is not used in formal settings. And the fourth characteristic is it is not standardized, ya. Sekali lagi, dia tidak punya standar, ya. Vernacular language is really free form, ya. Bentukannya itu free aja. As long as you understand what I'm saying, ya, then it is vernacular. Okay? And it is not standardized, ya. It is not standardized. Jadi nggak pakai aturan-aturan grammar, ya. Yeah, for the examples, yeah, like I stated before, yeah, in our area it is Dayaknis, yeah. Another examples of vernacular language is Javanese in Java Island, yeah, and Sundanese, yeah, in East Java, yeah. And also, when it comes to the example from outside Indonesia, there is African American Vernacular English or AAVE. Yeah. Okay, let's continue. It is about vernacular language. Yeah. Okay. here we comes to stimulating questions, yeah, to make sure that you really understand about this vernacular language topic, yeah. Okay. What local language do you use at home? Do your parents also speak it? Ya, bahasa daerah apa yang kamu gunakan di rumah? Apakah orang tuamu juga menggunakannya? Anyone wants to answer this question?
I ma'am.
Please. Okay, Bertnego. Okay, Bertnego, what is your answer? What local language do you use at home? And do your parents also speak it? Go on, your turn.
Okay, ma'am. I use Dayak language at home, and my parents
Okay.
also use the same language, ma'am.
Okay, what Dayaknis, Bertnego?
I'm Dayak, miss, especially Dayak Ahe.
Oh, Dayak Ahe. Okay, nice. Thank you, Bertnego. Yeah, go on to the next question. Yeah, have you ever had difficulty using your vernacular language when speaking with people from different regions? Ya, pernah nggak sih kalian ngerasa kesulitan menggunakan vernacular language ini atau bahasa daerah saat berbicara dengan orang dari daerah lain? Ada yang mau sharing soal ini? Sharing jawaban?
I am Miss.
Okay, Yulita. Good morning, Yulita. You look beautiful this morning. Okay, go on with your answer.
My answer is yes. I had difficulty when I met a friend from Sumatra
Oh, okay.
because we did not understand each other's language, regional language, miss.
Okay, nice. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Bertnego and Miss Yulita for sharing.
You're welcome.
Okay. Okay, let's continue. Okay, now we are going to talk about standard language. Yeah, standard language is a form of language officially used in government, schools, media, and formal communication. Ya, apa saja sih karakteristik dari standard language ini ya? Yang pertama adalah it has fixed grammar rules. Ya, jadi standard language itu punya ya aturan-aturan gramatikal yang udah pakem, ya, tidak bisa diganggu gugat. Ya, so when you use the standard language, you have to be careful, ya, because ya it has rules in it, ya, di dalam penggunaannya itu ada aturan-aturannya. Ya, maka dari itu saat menggunakan standard language ya, kalian harus aware tentang aturan-aturan gramatikal bahasa tersebut. Ya, next ya, the key characteristic ya is used in writing and formal speech ya. Jadi standard language itu digunakan dalam writing ya dan juga pidato-pidato yang formal ya. Mereka menggunakan standard language. For example ya, the president of America ya, whenever he wants to do a press conference ya, he use standard English ya, standard American English ya. And then the last characteristic is it is considered prestigious ya. Jadi standard language itu ya dianggap sebagai bahasa yang prestigious ya. Artinya apa ya? Artinya tuh levelnya itu seperti di atas vernacular language ya, karena dia punya aturan-aturan yang sudah pakem, bukan sembarangan bisa digunakan seperti vernacular language ya. Examples, standard Indonesian, standard English, and also standard Japanese ya, bahasa Jepang yang standar. Itu adalah contoh-contoh standard language. Okay, so we come to stimulating question again ya. I'm going to ask you two questions about standard languages ya. The first question is ya, when was the last time you had to switch from casual language to formal or standard language? In what situation? Kapan terakhir kali kamu merasa harus beralih dari bahasa santai ke bahasa baku? Di situasi seperti apa? Anyone wants to answer this? Okay, Apsi, you raise your hand, yeah. Apsi?
Okay, man.
Okay, go on with your answer.
This answer maybe like this, man. In the condition when I present my college assignments, I have to use formal language to sound professional, maybe something like that.
Okay, that is great. That's correct, yeah. Okay, thank you, Anggi, yeah. I mean, Apsi, yeah, for your sharing. The second question about standard language, yeah. Do you think standard language is hard to learn? Why? Anyone wants to answer this?
Me, I'm Shirley.
Okay, Shirley. Okay, hello, Shirley.
Yeah, hello.
Okay, do you think standard language is hard to learn, Shirley, and why?
Not too difficult, but sometimes confusing because there are quite a lot of grammar rules.
Okay, that's correct, yeah. So standard language, yeah, has so many rules in it, yeah. Like, for example, English, yeah. Can you imagine? English has 16 tenses that you have to understand. Bayangin, ya. Makanya banyak orang yang benci bahasa Inggris. Karena tensesnya itu aja ada 16, ya. Gitu ya. Makanya non-standard English itu very popular, ya. For example, in entertainment, ya. In music industry, ya. In movie industry, ya. They use non-standard English, ya. Because it is more easy, yeah, to be learned, yeah. And then we can continue to the next topic, yeah, the last kind of language, yeah. But before of that, I want to ask you, do I make myself clear about this standard language? Give me some love if you really understand. Shirley, you really understand about standard language?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, give me some love if you really understand.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, let's go on to the next topic, the last kind of language, yeah, in social linguistic. It is lingua franca. Have you ever heard about lingua franca before? Udah pernah denger nggak soal lingua franca ini? Lucu ya namanya ya, lingua franca. Ada yang pernah dengar lingua franca sebelumnya?
Not yet, ma'am.
No chat ya. Semuanya asing ya dengan lingua franca. Oke. Lingua franca itu apa sih ya? So, lingua franca ya is a common language used by people who speak different native languages to communicate. Ya. Lingua franca itu adalah bahasa yang digunakan sebagai alat komunikasi oleh orang-orang yang memiliki bahasa ibu yang berbeda. Ya, itu lingua franca. Key karakteristiknya itu apa aja sih dari lingua franca ini? Yang pertama ya, it is a common communication tool. Ciri pertamanya, dia adalah alat komunikasi yang paling banyak digunakan. Yang populer lah bisa dibilang seperti itu. Contohnya seperti apa sih? Ya, misalnya ya, for example, you study in Pontianak, ya, and you come from Landak Regency, or maybe you come from Sambas Regency. In Sambas, ya, when you are Dayak, you speak Bekati language, ya, and you come to Pontianak. In Pontianak, ya, when the most of the people there are Malay people, they speak Pontianakese Malay atau Melayu Pontianak. You go to a market, ya. In that market, ya, most of the sellers, ya, are Javanese or Maduris, ya, and you are Dayaknese. You want to make communication with them, ya, with these sellers, ya. They are Pontianak Malay, ya, bukan Melayu Pontianak. But both of you, ya, the seller and the buyer, the seller are Maduris, for example, and the buyer are Dayaknese, ya, for example, ya. You to speak Pontianak Malay, ya, karena bahasa Melayu Pontianak lah yang paling banyak digunakan di Pontianak. Nah, in that example, ya, Pontianak Malay is lingua franca. Do I make myself clear? Okay.
Yes, miss.
Okay, let's go on. The second characteristic is not always a native language. Nah, makanya saya bilang tadi, lingua franca itu tidak selalu native language dari speakernya. Ya, seperti yang saya contohkan tadi, ya. Orang Madura, orang Dayak, mereka berbicara Melayu Pontianak. Ya, kenapa? Karena mereka berada di Pontianak, yang mana settingan tempatnya, ekspektasi orang, siapapun yang datang di sana, people there speak Malay, people there speak Pontianak Malay. Seperti juga contoh ya, siapapun yang datang di Landak, ekspektasi mereka datang di Ngabang, they will speak Dayaknis Bangahe. Because most of the people of Landak Regency speak Bangahe with Bangahe dialect from Dayaknis. The third characteristic, it is practical, not emotional. Ya, digunakan hanya untuk kebutuhan praktis saja, tidak membawa-bawa emosional. Mungkin ya ketika saya datang ke Pontianak, ya, mungkin ya ini contoh saja ya, misalnya si A datang ke Pontianak, si A ini non-Malay, bukan Malay ya. Dia menggunakan bahasa Melayu, tapi walaupun secara emosional dia tidak terikat dengan bahasa Melayu, tapi dia membutuhkan, dia harus bisa bahasa Melayu untuk kebutuhan, kemudahan hidupnya sehari-hari. It is what the third characteristic mean, ya. And the last characteristic is it is often used in trade, travel, or diplomacy, ya. Seperti sudah saya contohkan sebelumnya, ya. Lingua franca itu kebanyakan digunakan dalam perdagangan, dalam perjalanan, ya, atau untuk hubungan luar negeri, ya, atau hubungan antar daerah. Itu lingua franca. Contohnya apa sih? English. Kok English lagi sih, Mem? Tadi kan English juga contoh dari standard language ya. Kok di sini contohnya English lagi ya? Betul ya, English can be a standard language, but it can also be a lingua franca. And also bahasa Indonesia. Ya, kenapa bahasa Indonesia lingua franca? Because it unites so many differences languages ya from multilingual regions in Indonesia. Okay, that's all about lingua franca. Now I want to ask a question ya, to test you about lingua franca. When was the last time you use lingua franca? In what situation? Kapan terakhir kamu menggunakan suatu bahasa sebagai lingua franca? Dan di situasi seperti apa? Ada yang mau sharing?
Izin Mem, saya izin menjawab.
Halo, Miss Sally. Iya, Sally, what is your answer?
Saya izin menjawab bahasa Indonesia ya, Mem.
It's okay, no problem. Nggak apa-apa, silakan.
Oke, jadi terakhir kali saya menggunakan lingua franca pada saat saya belanja ke pasar, Mem.
Oh, oke.
Jadi di daerah saya ini menggunakan bahasa Dayak yang beragam macam. Jadi untuk pada saat saya ingin belanja, saya menggunakan bahasa Indonesia agar mudah dipahami oleh semua orang.
Oh ya, that's correct. Thank you, Sally. Ya, betul ya. Ketika kita pergi ke pasar, ya, kita pakai bahasa Indonesia. Bahkan di pasar Ngabak, kadang kita pakai bahasa Indonesia ya. Walaupun bahasa Indonesia yang tidak standar, ya, itu adalah lingua franca. Betul contohnya ya. Oke. So, yeah, we come to the comparison table ya, atau tabel perbandingan from these three kinds of languages that we have learned before ya. Ini adalah tabel perbandingannya guys dari vernacular language, standard language, and lingua franca ya. Ada fitur-fitur tertentu yang menjadi pembedanya ya, yaitu ada formality, the usage. Formality itu formalitasnya, usage itu penggunaannya, lalu ada identity-nya, identitasnya, dan examples, contohnya. Sekarang kita masuk ke sesi diskusi. Kelompok pertama ya, diskusikan tentang what language do you speak at home, at school, and with friends. Untuk kelompok 2, can a vernacular become a standard language? Give an example. And the third group, you have to discuss about why is English a popular lingua franca. Silakan, saya akan sediakan breakout room untuk kalian ya. I'll give you like 2 minutes to discuss. Okay, time is up guys. Yeah, let's come back to the main room. I will close the breakout rooms. Okay, let's hear the answer from each group ya. First will be group 1 ya. Go on. As the leader of group 1, what are your answers?
I would like to answer from result of our discussion.
Okay.
That is, at home, we usually speak in my local, specifically in local language. It's like Dayakness and each other. And then we just Japanese, especially with my parents and grandparents. It's, oh, sorry, ma'am, it's Dayakness. And then at school, we mostly use Indonesian because
Okay.
it's the official language of instructions. With friends, we use a mix of Indonesian and some English, especially when chatting online or talking about pop culture or technology and etc.
Yeah, very good. Group 1, yeah. Please give applause, yeah, to group 1. Yeah. Next, group 2.
Yes, Miss. Is my voice audible?
Yeah, it is clear. Go on,
Okay.
group 2, which is led by Ari.
Yes, Miss. After we discuss about the second question, and we have earned our own discussion, and our answer is yes, a vernacular language can become a standard language. For example, Indonesian was once considered a vernacular among Malay-speaking communities, but after Indonesia's independence, it was chosen and developed as the national and official language. So now it functions as a standard language used in government, education, and media. That's all.
Okay, very good, group 2. Give applause to group 2. Nice. Thank you. 3. The leader, please.
I would like to answer the question.
Okay, Anggi, the leader of group 3. Go on.
Thank you for the time. So, why is English is popular lingua franca? English is popular lingua franca because it's widely used in international communication, science, business, and technology. It has been spread globally through colonization, globalization, and the influence of English-speaking countries like the United States and the UK. Many international organizations and platforms also use English as their main working language.
Very good answer from group T. Yeah, give them applause. Good job for all of the groups. Yeah, thank you for the good discussion. Yeah. So now we are going to the last part of our lecture today. Yeah. I will close this material with a quiz. Yeah. I have sent you the link of the quiz. Yeah, at quizzes.com. Yeah. Guys, here is the quiz, yeah. Please join it, yeah, from the link that I have sent to you, yeah, and enter the join code. Then I will start the quiz. 3, 2, 1, go, guys. Okay, so here is the rank board, yeah. Ari is leading, yeah. This is oleh Yolenta, okay. Yolenta menyalip Ari, okay. Okay, we have already the winner, ya. Di sini sudah ada leaderboardnya, ya. Okay, give applause to the winner, guys. Beri tepuk tangan untuk pemenang-pemenangnya, ya. Jadi ini adalah pemenang kita, ya. The first rank is Ari, ya. The second is Yolenta, and the third is Nunung. Congratulations. Okay, thank you for joining today's lecture. Yeah, it is about vernacular language, standard language, and lingua franca. Yeah. If there is a further question about the topic, yeah, you can ask me via our WhatsApp group. So don't be shy to ask question about today's topic to me. Okay. Now, at the end of the lecture, I would like give you some message. Yeah, don't forget to learn more about this material at your home, yeah, at your place, yeah, and don't forget to always practice to speak English better, yeah, so that your standard English language, yeah, can be improved day by day. Okay, okay, guys, stay safe, yeah. Terima kasih. Bye. See you guys.
Bye, ma'am. See you.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you,
Okay,
guys.
you're welcome. Thank you too.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, guys.